Hey, what's up? It's your girl Neek, and you're tuned in to Neek at Night. Okay, so I did a video, like my last video, whatever. It was quite lengthy, and I really want people to understand the gist of some of the confusion. Now, there was a lot of speculation about Chris' brother video, and a lot of people felt like he was lying. He wasn't telling the truth, and his facts didn't add up. And what I fully think is, from watching it and understanding the events that happened, I feel like the situation came out a little bit scattered because he did not fully articulate himself. Now, some men, they have a problem with, like, fully articulating what they mean. And even some women, myself, sometimes also, I get scatterbrained, and a lot of thoughts are happening at the same time. And so sometimes stuff doesn't come out the right way. So Martin Lewis had reached out to me, and he wanted to understand the timeline of events. So he wanted to understand the timeline of events, and there was a lot of confusion because of Chris's brother. And then, so people have felt some type of way, and they were like, well, one instance, he said that Queen could have called him. And then the other instance, he said that she was talking to him the whole time. So, like I said, since my last video was so long, I don't want you guys to miss that, because I feel like what I need to break down is important. And then we're just going to get on that. So Martin Lewis, he pointed out the conflictions and everything like that. So I'm going to insert a clip there. Then I'm going to let you guys know and break it down after that.
Because Dwayne said,
you did not have to go to social media looking for my nephew. You was texting me when the whole thing was going on and this and that.
Huh?
And you could have easily called me, text me. If not, I should have been the second person you called.
Mama, this is confusing, man. What the hell? He even mentions it in the end of the video. He says,
alright, look, she not gonna tell y'all everything, because the whole time the situation was going on, she was texting me. She was texting me the whole time the situation was going on. Like, very first time, like, before this shit even got to social media, we was texting each other. So why, like, it was just, everything was just blown out of proportion.
But he said,
you could have easily called me, text me. If not, I should have been the second person you called.
Okay, so let's break this down. So according to my interview, the mom says that Queen called her at 6 o'clock. By 6:06, they were texting each other because, the mom immediately began to be proactive, trying to figure out what was going on. She told Queen that she's trying to get through to Tiffany and that she'll call her right back. Queen knew that CJ was with Tiffany. She called the mom and said that's where she is. So then the mom immediately hung up, trying to be proactive, making phone calls. She texts Queen while she's making these phone calls, and she says, I'm getting through Tiffany, I'll call right back. So she meant, I'm getting through to Tiffany, I'll call you right back. Queen says, okay. So then she gives Queen Nettie's number. She gives Queen Nettie's contact, which is Chris's sister. Now, all of this happens immediately at 6:06. Now, there's a person who follows Queen, and they took a screenshot, and they sent the screenshot to Martin Lewis, and they're on the East Coast time zone, the same as Queen, and as well as Detroit. Now, Texas time zone is still different, but the time zone from Detroit, Atlanta, and where Martin Lewis got his screenshot was in Virginia. They say that when she had posted it up, and it wasn't up that long, they had took a screenshot of the post, and it was 6:40. So before she went to social media, she gives a phone call to Chris's mom, right? Chris's mom texts her, I'm getting through to Tiffany. Dwayne, who lives with Chris, was not the first person who she called. So that's why he's like, I should have been the first person you called. And if not, I should have been the second person. The second person she contacted was Nettie. Nettie also lives in Detroit.
You could have easily called me, text me. If not, I should have been the second person you called.
So the second person that she contacted was Nettie. Before she contacts the person who lives in Houston with CJ and who was in the home with Chris, Dwayne, she went to social media and said that nobody was answering her when she had called the mom. The mom answered her. told her she was getting through to Tiffany, gave her Nettie's number. Then it wasn't until 7 o'clock. Now, she went to social media, according to this screenshot of this person saying they live in Virginia. She went to social media at 6:40, but she said that nobody in Houston was answering her. It wasn't until 7 o'clock that she finally texts Nettie. Now, in between these text messages are actual phone calls happening. So it wasn't until she texts Nettie. She texts Nettie at 7 o'clock and said, "Can you give me Dwayne's number?" Dwayne is Chris's brother that lives with him. Then Nettie immediately gives her Dwayne's number. But she had already went to social media, if this screenshot is a real screenshot, and says, nobody is answering me. Like who knows who be around CJ, that. When she, number one, already knew that he was with Tiffany. The mom already told her that she was getting through to Tiffany and already had gave her the sister's number. The sister number then gets a text at 7 o'clock. The sister then gives her Dwayne's number, who lives with Chris. Then from the people who are closest with Chris, his friends are the ones who gave Queen the contact to Tiffany. So when he says that, I was texting you the whole time, blah, 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 like da-da-da-da. When he said, like, you didn't call me the first time and I wasn't the second call. So that's that. So when he says, before you went to social media, I was texting you the whole time, I think he had it confused as to when the post went up. And he didn't have the screenshot from Queen dingy ass subscriber. So what he's talking about and what he's going off of is the Shade Room post. Remember, this was posted and deleted. So when he says, I have been talking to you, bop, 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 and, before you went to social media, bop, 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 he's talking about the post and delete and when it was reposted on the Shade Room. Now, the time that the Shade Room checked their DMs or checked whatever and posted it up is not going to be immediately right at 6:40. They have other stuff that they're posting. So he's going off of that timestamp or whatever. And so he's like, damn, like ever since you got in contact with me, I've been texting you the whole time. So why did you go to social media? So I think he probably didn't have the timeline of that part correct. However, the point still stands with the family when they say they were working it out with Queen and they didn't feel like she should have went to the internet that way. And for her to make the claim that nobody's answering her, if the screenshot, like I said, is legit, she did not text or to even get Dwayne's number, who lives with him. And if CJ is always with this boy, why don't she already have his number? I mean, that's weird. But, y'all gonna have an excuse for that. I'm sure y'all have an excuse for that. But, and so I think that's kind of the two conflicting things. I don't think that Dwayne articulated what he said properly. He also was going off of the Shade Room post, assuming that they posted it right away. But there is a lot of people in the comments who said by the time the Shade Room posted it, it had been a while since Queen had already posted and deleted that. So he's going off of the assumption that the Shade Room posted it right then. So his timeline is off a little bit. However, we have text from the mom. We have confirmation and receipts from her reaching out to Nettie and all of that. And so when they say, because a lot of people try to make it seem like when I understand a point that, I'm like on this whole bashing brigade. No, I understand their point. I understand a panicked parent. Just like when when Chris's grandmother said, if I'm panicked, if somebody got something going on with you, I'm going to drop everything and run to my child no matter what. I understood her point in that because whenever I was panicked and I felt like something was going on with my child, I dropped every single thing that I had going on with my child. I dropped it and ran to my child. So I understood that point. I understand the point of being a panic parent, but there can simultaneously be also other things that can be true. I also understand their point when they say, hey, Queen is over here posting that we didn't help her at all, when the post that she put on social media, That's not even what helped her. What helped her was Chris's friends giving her Tiffany's contact number and not the post that she put on social media. And even before she did that, the mom and the sister were available and talking to her. So for her to say nobody's answering her when she had not even yet reached out to Dwayne, who lives with Chris, I understand their point when they say Queen did not have to go to social media. So now that we've broken it down even further, it looks like Queen not only told the lie that nobody that be around Chris was answering her, she hadn't even got Dwayne's contact yet. Then like I said, if this screenshot of this girl who says she in Virginia and she was going so motherfucking hard in my comments, if the screenshot is true, then Queen told 2 lies. Because if she texts Nettie and asked for Dwayne's number, and if the true fact is she had already went online after she was already in contact with the mom, and the mom had already told her about, she's trying to get through to whatever. If she had already went at 6:40, now y'all say it was a post and delete, so it wasn't up there that long. So it was only shy of like a few minutes. She told a bold fucking face lie to his sister when his sister told her, listen, please, Queen, don't take this to the internet. And Queen said, I'm not going to put it on the internet. So if we going by y'all timeline, the people trying to debunk me, make it make fucking sense. Let's make it make sense here. So by y'all logic, she didn't tell 1 lie. She told 2 bold-faced lies because she didn't even contact the person who lives with Chris before she posted that post. So yes, I understand being a panicked parent, but I also understand people who just talking just to talk as well. Because a proactive parent is going to drop it and run it, period. Don't matter, no quarantine, no nothing. But anyways, let me end that there because I already discussed this in my longer video. But like I said, because it's so long, I need the Queen stands and the delusional ass motherfuckers to understand. We gotta shorten this and get straight to the gut punch of the shit. I still need y'all to watch the longer video because y'all hypocritical asses need to understand how y'all are really big hypocrites. And then it could be over because I don't want to drag this on. I don't want to do that. But, after I looked at it, I'm like, damn, when I addressed this, it was way far in the video. And I need the delusional ass people to answer me. But I won't hold my breath because I know that they won't keep the same energy. So make sure if you didn't see my longer video, I talk about all the instances where y'all didn't keep the same energy and all of that. Make sure you watch that video. And like I said, I don't think that Chris' brother, I don't think that he fully articulated what he said. Like, I think it was one of those moments where all of the information was coming in at once, but the fact still remains. He wasn't the first person that she called. He wasn't the second person that he called. And he lives in Houston with Chris, and that's who was with her son all this time. And when he said that I was texting you the whole time, I feel like once she did contact him, he's baffled because he's like, bro, like I was texting you as much as possible. He's referring to when she did contact him from that moment. Girl, I've been communicating with you, so what's good? So like I said, if this timestamp is right with the Virginia girl, oh, this bitch was loud as fuck in the comments. So if the timestamp was right, I'm sorry, boo, but not only did your fave lie once, she lied and told a bold-faced lie twice. And the reason why he had a little bit of a mix-up, because by the time she did contact him, they had been in communication the whole time, and he was not the first that she called. He was not the second that she called, and he lives in the house where her son was just at.
Because Dwayne said,
you did not have to go to social media looking for my nephew. You was texting me when the whole thing was going on, and this and that.
Huh?
And you could have easily called me, text me. If not, I should have been the second person you called.
Mama, this is confusing, man. What the hell? He even mentions it in the end of the video. He says,
alright, look, she not gonna tell y'all everything. Cause the whole time the situation was going on, she was texting me. She was texting me the whole time the situation was going on. Like, very first time, like, before this shit even got to social media, we was texting each other. So why, like, it was just, everything was just blown out of proportion.
Okay, so now given the facts that the mom was called first, the sister was called second, he was not called first nor second when he lives there, I think it should now make a little bit more sense because, again, I don't think he articulated himself correctly. And I think he just had, like, you know, I be having brain farts sometimes, and I think that's what it is. But Queen still lied. But, of course, y'all will have an excuse for that. Because from the family's perspective, it does not make sense for Queen to go to the internet and put that on the internet when she had not even contacted the person who was living with Chris and the person who would have had all of the firsthand information. And it was not necessary for her to go on social media in that way because they were already working with her. And all her post did was get her a weird catfish. And why didn't she have his boy number already? I mean, I don't know. And why did she say that nobody that be around baby CJ wasn't answering her? I don't know. Y'all have an excuse for that. She had a right to do that. No, da, 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 da. Yeah, she did. But they also have a right to feel away the way they feel. And when y'all say little bullshit to me, I got a right to put you in your motherfucking place, but you're still going to have an excuse for that. It's going to be, oh, you hate Queen because I'm giving you the facts. But, you know, it'll be excuse. But anyways, like I said, I wanted to make sure the delusional ass Queen fans and what y'all, I need y'all to have a name. What do she call y'all? I need y'all to have a name because the Barbs got the Barbs and I need y'all to have the fucking rockhead slow motherfucker. I don't know what y'all need a name or something. I don't know. But the group goof, like, you know, Queen is goofy, so maybe y'all the Goof Troop crew or something. But I needed to make sure the Goof Troop crew had this information since, like I said, my last video was so long, I don't want y'all to miss it. But on that note, I can drop the mic and bow out. And if Queen clarifies something, if she got something that she want to say, she want to do an interview, she want to clarify, just like I wrote her, which I wrote her DM, which she's never going to open, never going to respond to it. But for y'all delusional people who think like, do y'all really think, somebody had wrote a comment and said, why you go to them and interview them? Why you didn't go to Queen? If Queen don't interview with me, how the fuck am I going to interview her? I can't make the girl talk to me, but do you really think that I'm scared to interview her? Like, the stuff that y'all be saying, I just don't be like, so is she going to beat me up in the interview? Like, you think I'm scared to ask her questions? I can only interview people who are available. So if Chris don't interview with me, if Queen don't interview with me, but if other people contact me, yes, I can interview with you just like I can interview with Queen. I could interview with Lee. You think I'm scared to talk to these people? Like, even Lee done made threats on YouTubers and she got the plug on, you know, all getting people channels and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. You think I'm scared to talk to Lee? I'm not scared to talk to none of these people. So if anybody wants to chat, which I'm sure they'll be making videos soon to clarify, or to, you know, get around this and, you know, all of that, you know, we can always chat. But that's that on that. I wanted to make sure the Goof Troop crew had this information since it was so far in my last video. And on that note, I am officially done with this situation. Because y'all not going to play with my credibility and y'all not going to play with me. Go play in the dirt. And what y'all need to do is stop acting like Chris cheated on y'all. Y'all wasn't in a relationship with Chris. Now, I know that, you know, you felt connected to their relationship because they shared it. But Chris didn't cheat on you. Chris cheated on Queen. And Queen cheated on Chris too. So I'm going to need y'all to also stop acting like Chris cheated on you because he didn't. And like I said in my last video, a lot of the people who be capping be brown skinned. And just like I've made observations of Clarence, Queen picked the same type of dude. The same feelings that Clarence have, she picks the same type of men who mirror the same looks and feelings because the same feelings Chris have. If you look at the girls he's dated, they all have the same look and skin tone. Half of y'all should know that y'all couldn't have been in a relationship with them because he wouldn't have dated you and y'all wouldn't have been together. So stop acting like he cheated on you because he didn't. He cheated on Queen. Okay? Don't do that. Don't do that. And I think I'm going to just turn the comments off because all y'all going to do is come with all these excuses, all these new made up scenarios and all this. Oh, because I'm serving you the hardcore true facts that can be disputed with a simple screenshot from Queen's phone. It's going to be filled with, oh, you hate Queen because I'm giving you facts. No. No. Don't do that. But you will. And I don't fucking feel like hearing it because it's just going to be blah, 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 blah. Because if you got common sense, then you understand your fave lied twice. One thing I don't play with is my credibility. So when another blogger tries to take a shot at that and got y'all yapping, I got to set the record straight for all of y'all at once. And make sure the video is short enough so y'all can receive it. On that note, I'm officially out. And like I said, make sure to catch the longer video because you need to hear that too. Peace.